I never thought I would be involved in leading a project to build an office. It's not the sort of thing you do every day. So 24 months ago, we engaged Unispace to help us. And the first step for us was really going through a strategy phase, trying to work out what exactly did we want to achieve from moving into a new space. We wanted a place that really embodied our brand. It lived our brand. It was a destination. We wanted a place that was convivial, because it's part of who we are as a business. We wanted a place that was agile and flexible, a place that was innovative, and a place that was active and sustainable. But it wasn't obvious at the time.
In the case of Pernod Ricard, we engaged really heavily with their leadership team. We helped them build the business case around stay or go, helping them with some financial modelling. We also looked at things like transit impact analysis for their staff. We did a number of different engagement activities, from staff surveys to utilisation to leadership workshopping, and that created a set of objectives and recommendations that allowed us to create a physical workspace that connects their teams and allows them to be much more open and collaborative.
This type of project, it is a massive project, and there's many fingers in the pie as well when you start getting into it. And you need a really strong partner that can break it down into its simple steps. They can take you through those steps one at a time. It's not overwhelming, and the other thing I think Unispace brought to the equation was a lot of patience. Because as an organisation, this was a massive shift for us in terms of where we were to where we ended up. And it required a lot of internal conversation and discussion to get there. And they really helped us with that.
Going through the strategy early in the project, as early as we did in this project, it allowed us to challenge all the preconceived ideas that the client had about what their needs were for their space. And it meant once we got into the design phase and engaging consultants, we had a very precise brief that we were able to give them. By the time we hit site and started construction works, all the thinking had been done, and it was just a case of getting on and doing it.
You cannot underestimate the impact the physical environment has within your workplace culture. So in terms of the activity-based working style, I think what that's brought to our employees is a sense of empowerment, because you're not being told where you need to sit. So people have the freedom to move where they need to move depending on what they're doing in the day, who they need to work with in the day. And I think it just provides a mindset of flexibility and agility. If you have a look at before, we were basically considering staying where we were. I would say that we probably wouldn't have had the degree of change in terms of moving to a full ABW style, and even the type of building that we're in. When we went through that strategy phase, suddenly it completely flipped the equation, and it was like a 180-degree shift. So if I compare against those objectives, we nailed it, definitely nailed it. And in some ways, from the feedback that we've had both from our staff but also from visiting people, I think we've far exceeded what we thought we could achieve through this.
The overall journey that Christian and the team have been on has been one of amazing change. They've gone from 50 offices down to 0. They've gone from allocated seating to completely flexible. They've gone from Macquarie Park into the new Barangaroo precinct. This change has been enormous for the business as a whole, and it was only able to happen because they really took ownership of that change process. The leadership and the wider business was really engaged when it came to all aspects of this move, and as Unispace, we were really proud to be a part of it.
When we moved in here on day one, by 10 a.m, everyone was working, and it looked like we'd been here for months. People were coming up to me and saying, "This is fantastic. I'm sitting next to people that I've never met." Just to see the breaking down of silos and the cross-collaboration that's happening more freely, to see that as the result from day one, we were absolutely floored. It's gone beyond what we thought it could be.